What's up? How you doing? Here we are. Beautiful night tonight. Beautiful night. Nice temperature, comfortable. Looking around, I see a few stars. Now I see one right there, and I have an app on my iPhone which identifies all the stars in our vicinity. But this one is difficult to differentiate from the others. So on my app it shows lots of stars, and then this one is the only one I can see with the naked eye. So I don't know which one this actually is. It can't be Jupiter because Jupiter is right there, and that one is obvious that it's Jupiter. And Mars is not visible right now, so I don't know if it's on the front side or if it's beneath the horizon. But okay, I see where Mars is. Mars is in that direction. It's not. It is below the horizon. Yep. And then Jupiter is right there. What's that there? That is, I'm going to say it the correct way. Uranus is right over there. Or new people now, the newer generation says Uranus. Uranus. And technically, it's not even it's Uranus. Uranus. It's supposed to be Uranus, not Uranus. I don't know who came up with the your part. Some funny astrophysicist said let's call that planet Uranus, but it's Uranus. Uranus, which means sky. I am telling you, I am fascinated with the universe. Fascinated. A lot of people, they don't think about it. I was having a conversation about 8 years ago, 7 years ago, with somebody, college educated, and I was talking about the universe with them, and they said to me, I don't even think of that stuff. Don't even think about it. They concentrate on what's going on here, and they don't realize we're just a big rock falling through the universe in a galaxy called the Milky Way, which is close to Andromeda. When you say close, when I say close, it's about, 2.5 million light years? So not that close. But it is the closest. I wish I had one of those big telescopes. The ones you put out on somewhere out here or up on your roof, and then you go on your computer screen, you type in the name of the star or coordinates or whatever the way they do it, right? Whichever way they do it, and then it'll find whatever you're looking for. I remember back 14 years ago. Back then I would go up to the Griffith quite often at nighttime, and once a week or so they had the telescopes out. And I remember one time we were up, and they had one with special filters on it. You could see the sun and all the sunspots. And then the other one, when we went up, was Saturn. And so there was a line of people, and I got in line. And then I got up there and I looked in, and it looked like a toy. Floating. So, just a fascinating place to me. I spent countless hours just thinking about all this stuff because, like I said, the universe fascinates me. Just the fact that it exists is crazy. I mean, my mind can't wrap around that. And then I always think about, what about if it didn't exist? And that's a hard thing because not existing means nothing, but I don't know what nothing means. How do you have nothing? The only thing I can think of, the universe doesn't exist, is empty space, but that's still something. So So maybe it's impossible to have nothing. You know, I mean, imagine nothingness. You can't. You can't. You can only imagine empty space. Yeah, when I was a kid, I would always think about, you know, the concept of like nothing existing, but not that alone. Nothingness, not even empty space existing. That's the hard part. You know, I mean, I can easily imagine an empty room, but I can't imagine something without space, even the space gone. So, very strange where all this matter came from. And, you know, they came up with the Big Bang Theory, but I'm starting to see holes in that theory. You know, maybe the universe always existed, but there are parts of it that come into existence that are, you know, caused by either recycling of old material or somehow, and that part is new. But say the universe is this big, and this would be like our universe part right here. Well, maybe this part is 14 billion years old, but the whole thing is always there, has always been there. There's no beginning to it. It's just a cycle. You know, so, and even that is tough to grasp. You know, the concept of infinity. You have astrophysicists talk about, well, the universe more than likely goes on forever. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson, you know, I prefer to say Neil deGrasse, but apparently that's wrong. But he says that there is such a thing as an infinity that's bigger than another infinity, which makes no sense. You know, infinity is infinity. It's the whole thing. So you could add infinity plus one and make it bigger than another infinity. I don't know, it's weird stuff. I think a lot of times they don't have the answers, so they make them up. It's like come up with something profound and give it to the public. But yeah, it's strange. It's like here I am through the accident of birth, right? And without that, you wouldn't even know this thing is here. Wouldn't even know it, because you would be nowhere to think about it. You hear that? That's a mama's boy going home. But yeah, it's I think about this stuff all the time. I will go on SETI, and SETI always disappoints me. No signals out there, nothing. Not even a small conversation floating around in space through radio waves, nothing. Very disappointing. You know, all this time, I know the universe is big, so if you have a galaxy here and you have the Milky Way here, this galaxy over here may be 2 billion light years from here, and there may be life here, and they may be transmitting, you know, signals, but those signals are going to take billions of years to get to us. And, you know, by the time they get to us, this civilization may be extinct. But nothing, not even from the past, something where, you know, 5 billion years ago it sent the signal out and now we're receiving it, nothing. They had that wow thing, and like I've said before, that beep thing that they got and the guy was like, wow. No, that's not that exciting. Not exciting. It's a beep, and you're trying to figure out if that's an intelligent life form sending that, and that's all they came up with. A couple of beeps, and they said, okay, that's enough, shut that down. If you're a life form about 100 light years from here that has developed radio technology, and you're pointing your satellite dish this way towards us, you're gonna get tons of stuff. You know, tons of stuff. And now it's even less, because now we've got cable and we're not shooting these signals out into outer space, so it'd be less. I have a theory. I think once Star Trek came out, and then, you know, Space 1999, Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, all that stuff. I think aliens started picking up these signals from us once they were put on television, and they were saying, shut down transmission to that planet. That planet's dangerous. And they have advanced technology. We see it in their broadcasts. They don't realize those are fake. They think they're real. So they shut everything down, all the switches, and now we're pointing our technology out into space and we're picking nothing. That's because we scared them away. Believe me when I tell you that if, like, say I'm in the desert hiking and some spacecraft is hovering over me, I want to be like, come down, pick me up. I want to go for a ride, and I will go. And here I'm in the city. I mean, I see Jupiter right now. It's coming up on the horizon. but when you want to really be impressed, the desert is the place. You go in the desert at night without a moon and a clear sky, no clouds, which is the case here 95% of the time, 98%. You'll be blown away with the amount of stars out there. And that's only a small section of our galaxy. A little tiny section. We're out in the far, far finger of the galaxy. So that may be a quiet neighborhood. You know, we may be in an area where it's very quiet. There's no one but us. Maybe on the other side of the galaxy, 100,000 light years away, maybe there's a bunch of planets that have life, that are intelligent, that have developed technology to communicate with each other. But they're so far away that, you know, even if they transmitted 50,000 years ago, we still need another 50,000 years to receive the signal. But I'm telling you, every day I hope that I will pick my phone up, and instead of seeing all this crazy stuff on the news going on around the world, I'd like to pick it up one day and look at it and read, SETI picks up signal. And then I'll be, let me see what they found. A couple of beeps, and then you see the video of the aliens doing their soap operas and stuff. And wow, that's crazy. They don't even look like humanoids. They look like totally different things. Then I'll be blown away. And that would be the biggest discovery in the history of mankind. And when I say mankind, I'm including the females as well. That's just a universal term. But yeah, I'm always hoping that one day SETI picks up a signal, and it's something that is a language, nothing we understand, but a language, images, maybe some weird creatures with maybe the thumbs are on this side. Yeah, but so far, what do I get? Crickets. Yeah, I was thinking today, this is, I digress, I'm going in a different direction now, but I was thinking today about the show Chico and the Man. I love that show. That's the style of people, you know, in that environment, gas station, the old man there, what's his name, Albert? That's a style I like. You know, Chico living inside that, what was he, motorhome or something? And then the people that would visit, Scatman Crothers, which I am a huge fan of for many reasons, but one big reason, he was the voice of Hong Kong Phooey, the adorable Hong Kong Phooey. So yeah, I always like places like that. And maybe a place like that with the blues playing in the background on a radio, a little cheap speaker. I like that. I like the show Sanford and Son. Red Fox, man. Everybody in my family loved that show. I like that style. The home, I love that house. Had those cool chairs there that he would sit. Lamont would sit on one, he would sit on the other one. And he had that TV. Brings you back to the 70s. So yeah, love those shows. and his buddies, Bubba, Grady, the other guy there, the neighbor with the goat, Julio, who I knew from the electric company, Gregory Sierra, I think, something like that. Always liked him as an actor. But here we are, a life form on a big rock. We, up until recently, didn't know much about even our own bodies. You know, I mean, here we are, we're functioning, we're clueless about our own bodies and how they work, you know. But very strange that we exist, that there's a place called the universe, that it's filled with quadrillions of stars, maybe dectillions of stars, and that's just the observable. We don't know how big this thing is. Have no idea. Don't listen to anybody that tells you, oh, it's this big. Nobody knows. We know what we can see, but we don't know what's beyond that. Presumably, it's just more universe. Because no matter where you go in the universe, looks the same. Oh, there's a cat. I thought I saw a cat go by. Psst. So, you know, say the Milky Way is here on 20, and we could see all the way to 1, right? You look over, you go, okay, I see, and that's, you know, represented by the 1 here. Well, if you were somehow able to jump to the 1 and look in that direction, it would look the same as if you were looking from the 20 to the 1. It would look the same. You wouldn't hit a wall. You're banging, I want to get out. And that's another thing. The whole concept of what is beyond what we can actually see. What's beyond that? You know, and what's beyond that, and what's beyond that, and what's beyond that, because you can never stop saying what's beyond. You know, that's another weird thing. Infinity is just a cop-out, you know, and they don't have an answer. They come up with, oh, it's infinity. Keeps going. But, you know, at some point, there's got to be something else. I mean, the only thing you can come up with that is out there is that once the universe finishes with the matter, then it's just empty space forever. But that does not satisfy me. I really would like to know where all this material came from. And if it always existed, how is that possible that something can always exist? It just boggles the mind. Yep. Wow, I mean, when I first came out here, Jupiter was way down, and now I'm looking and it's all the way up there. I mean, at the horizon is. Yeah, like I said, I like to open the news up, ABC Nightly News, and hear something like, looks like an invasion is taking place. But I'm not interested in the mean aliens. I want it to be, you know, aliens that come here in the name of science. You know, to let us know that there's more than you. There's other life forms out there. As a matter of fact, here's a map. We have them all here. You can check them out. Yeah, I'm gonna check my app now. Maybe I can tell what that flickering star is. All right, we got Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, and then that, I would say, has got to be, I think I got an idea. Okay. According to my app, that star that's flickering like that is a star called Capella. And Capella is 43 light years from Earth, which would take about 750,000 years traveling with our fastest rocket 24/7 to get to it. $750,000 years. Can you imagine that? And that's only 43 light years away. Our Voyager that was sent out in 1977 is not even a light day away. Not even one light day. And this is 43 light years. So Voyager, let's see how far away it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, we'll go with Voyager 1. Voyager 1 right now is about 22 hours, 54 light minutes away from us. That means that if you send a signal from Earth to Voyager 1, it would take about 23 hours to get there. The other one is about 19 hours of light traveling at 186,000 miles per second to get there, which is far, but that's not even one day. And Voyager 1 right now is traveling at 38,000 miles per hour. The other one, Voyager 2, is traveling at 34,000 miles per hour. So Voyager 1 is 15 billion miles away. 15 billion. And it was launched Monday, September 5th. September 5th, 1977. So 47 years traveling at about 38,000 miles per hour, and it's not even one light day away. It's just tough to imagine these distances, you know, traveling non-stop for 43 years. I mean 43, 47 years. So it's been traveling for 47 years at about 38,000 miles per hour, and it's not even one light day away. And, you know, now that it's left our solar system, I mean, I don't know, it's not even close to anything. I mean, it'll travel for thousands of years before it reaches anything relatively close to it, you know. Even that, it won't be like it's going to get captured in an orbit. So the galaxy, the universe, relatively empty when you realize how much space there is in between these objects. But when you see how many objects there are, you go, wow, that's a lot. Hundreds of billions of stars in our own galaxy, and that's just one. Yeah, I wish I was in the desert right now with a big telescope, just looking around. But I'm telling you, if you see that there hasn't been videos posted in a while on my channel, maybe you should take into account that maybe, just maybe, an alien ship heard me talking and found out I was interested in going for a ride and took me. I would go. I would go. Anyway, that's it for now. Getting late. That's it for now. Ciao.